Welcome to Master Trader's Weekly Trade Review. I'm Dan Gibby, and in this session, I'm going to show you a very particular type of pattern called the Climactic Buy Setup, which is a specific beaten down extended stock. I'm going to show you the setup and the clues and how exactly to enter it and manage it in between. Master Trader, we have a technical based approach to trading anything that moves. We start with a compelling pattern. Here's 9 of them. It's not all of them, as you'll see. And then we overlay our other concepts that make up our method, such as, okay, well, what trend is this particular pattern in? Is it on support or resistance? What do multiple time frames say about it? Is it showing relative strength or weakness? What about the broader markets? And then you simply enter and manage in between on the time frame that you're trading. This is a climactic buy setup that we gave subscribers last week. This is a closed trade, and every one of our trade ideas comes with the date, the symbol, the stock or option strategy. In this one, we bought call options. We love trading liquid options for directional trades like this when they are liquid. We have limited risk. We're only paying $3.20 a share to profit on our directional bias. These calls go up as the stock goes up. And leverage, of course. $3.20 is much less than buying this at $72. So a climactic buy setup, the way we trade it, is multiple fluid bars down far from the 20-period moving average. What does fluid mean? Well, it means relatively equal opens and closes. It's just steady selling, as opposed to a bunch of overlapping congestion bars. So this is just a short-term, way beaten down setup. Now the second part of trading these is you need a compelling reversal. Otherwise, just one green bar is not changing a downtrend. Look at this green bar, for example. Yeah, it's down a lot far from the 20, but there's no reversal. I'm going to go over many examples that we're actually watching this week, so stay tuned. So here we had a gap down. Okay, fine. At the market open, I have no idea where this thing's going to go. And then it snapped back, closing deep into this prior bar. That's what we call a bullish 180 reversal. Now you have my attention. I have a bullish reversal. I'm going to buy over the high of this bar. And the third component is I need a price void like every single pattern, which means look to the left. There's insignificant resistance to prevent a move back up. This is the technical setup, the reason we're entering this, buying these long call options. Climactic buy setup, bullish reversal. And although I'm not showing you the weekly, this is another concept that I mentioned to you a moment ago, which is multiple time frame alignment. So we had a buy setup on the 20-period moving average on the weekly chart. So the weekly chart is in an uptrend. It's a buy setup and reversal on support. This is just a deeper tracement on a smaller time frame, the daily, in connection with a bullish uptrend on the weekly. So that makes this a higher probability setup. So we enter over this bar, we manage in between. Like we always do, we like selling partial lots into strength. Had a beautiful fluid move back up. We actually sold into strength here. 3-day trade. We booked 82% return on our capital on this long call. Now our computer only plugged in one call option just for risk management purposes for an assumed $300 max loss. Now, had you done 10 contracts of these, then this gain would be $2,620 in 3 days with a maximum loss of $3.20 per share. But we never lose our maximum investment because our stop loss is under the green bar. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you many charts right now, as I said, that are live watches for this particular week for trading opportunity and education. But trades like this you can find in our advisory swing and options trader. Go to mastertrader.com/advisory swing to take a no-brainer 1-month trial. So I have a big list here, no particular order. So this is one right here, square. Now, Climactic buy setup, far from the 20, major support to the left. So does this qualify for a master trader buy setup? Absolutely yes. We would have entered over the high of this green bar, stop under the low, and it actually did not go very far, but you're still in it. So what I would do now is a new trade opportunity is set an alarm over this red bar's high, or a little bit under it, of course, because I always set alarms, beforehand, so I can assess it, not being in a hurry. So if it now negates this red bar, it's not only a climactic buy setup on major support, but then it's also a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bar turn on major support. Look at my weekly chart here. Is also a buy setup on major support. Now, even if this takes out the low, that does not mean the trade is not a watch item, because it means that it could possibly be a downside shakeout if buyers step up and slam it right back into the base. Still far from the 20, big old price void. That's on my watch list. Down a lot, fluid bars down, far from the 20. Now my only concern here, it's at the 200, which I like. This is minor support, which is this prior breakout area. So I like it a lot. Now the only thing I would like better is a more potent reversal. Okay, Dan, what does that mean? Well, give me a bottoming tail. Give me a gap reversal. Give me a clue. Give me something more proving to me that this 3-bar turn right now is actually going to hold, as opposed to going up and failing. But it's on my watch list. EEFT. This was earnings, just got annihilated here, making new lows. And see, here's another example. It traded over a green bar, but that's not a potent reversal. New low reversal. Now momentum is slowing, and notice that the 20 MA is starting to flatten out. Is this ready to trade this week? I don't know yet. Again, I would prefer another retest. I'd prefer a gap reversal, bottoming tail, maybe a gap over last week's high and taking out a 30-minute high. You can see I also have a climactic buy setup on the weekly chart. Said G. Down a lot, made a new low. Now, what interests me on this chart? Red bar, closing new low, down a lot. Notice the 20 far from the 50, far from the 200. We use moving averages just as to help speed up the analysis, and these 3 MAs are telling me this thing is cooked. I have a climactic buy setup on the weekly. I'm going to set an alarm 50 cents under this red bar's high. If it takes out the red bar, that is my something reversal with a big price void. I'll be looking for bullish option directional trades, as well as on many of these patterns we sell out of the money put spreads, just profiting from a short-term low. Upstart. This was a climactic buy setup. Notice no potent reversal. Made a new low. Got my attention. Could be a possible new low failure, but now it's a closing new low. This still has work to do. CSIQ, climactic buy setup, far from the 20, textbook, but I have no reversal. Some of these things I watch for weeks before I enter, but with very high probability, I will find a trading opportunity eventually. Another example, climactic buy setup, PII, minor support, 200 period moving average, no potent reversal, and it failed. Right now, no potent reversal, but I would prefer a bottoming tail, gap reversal, maybe gap above these 3 bars high, taking out a 30-minute high. It's on my watch list. PAN W. Now this was one climactic buy setup here, climactic buy setup number 2, and this was actually an earnings trade that we did, far from the 20 period moving average. This is a nice gap reversal bar. We sold way out of the money, 160 puts down here. Look at my weekly chart. And I forgot the premium we took in. We closed it at a penny or so on the nice gap up. But that's a different type of option trade we do. EXPD, climactic buy setup, gap reversal. It triggered, stop under the low. I'm going to set an alarm over Friday's high here. If it takes out this topping tail, then there's my little higher low retest of the gap reversal, price void above. I will be looking possible directional, but definitely selling put spreads under support. IWM, actually. Climactic buy setup here. New low reversal, closing with a bottoming tail. Do I do anything now, Dan? No. There's no setup. It needs to take out the high of this red bar. Then it looks like it might bounce to the 50 MA, and or I'll be selling put spreads. Notice on the weekly, multiple time frame alignment, it's a buy setup at the 20 on support. A few more here and then we're done. NSC, climactic buy setup. Now this bar got my attention. That's the biggest green bar of this whole decline, far from the 20. You could have bought this over this red bar, but it didn't go anywhere. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more inside bars. Over Friday's high should be good to go because my bullish turn is now 6 bars. And 6 plus 7 plus 8, 8 bars of support, price void above. Put spreads and directionals. BBY has earnings this week, so I'm not interested in this. And see how this one did not come down in fluid bars? It's an igniting break lower, green bar, red bar. This one's a total mess. Ideally, though, it will have a negative reaction to earnings, continue to sell off, and maybe come down to 69 or 70 near this major support. Then I will be looking for climactic buy setups, maybe selling put spreads. Macy's here. Earnings here again. It is a climactic buy setup, but again, an igniting bar on earnings. Not it took out support. Not as quality, but still on my list. Now, the bigger the sell-off, the better. So when I look at this, I say, you know what? Sell off for 3-4 more days. Go down to $11. Go down to $10.50. And then we'll see where, price discovery, where demand, where buyers kick in and form a bullish reversal. Now I'm going to end on Hershey's. A trader in our green room, we were having a discussion on this exact topic last week, and he was saying, hey, Dan, Hershey's here is a climactic buy setup. And I respectfully said, no, it's not. We do not. Go back and watch this video again and look at every single example I showed you. I want fluid bars far from the 20. I want the distance from the stock to the 20 to expand. Like a dog on a leash, on a 20-foot little spiral leash, runs away from you, and then it recoils. The weekly is a climactic buy setup, yes. See how it's fluid bars down, far from the 20, bottoming tail, but there's no confident turn right now. Now, could it be setting up a turn based on the weekly and this small little 180 reversal? Of course. It's just not high probability right now, and it's not a climactic buy setup the way we define it. So again, hope that helped. If you want to check out again trades like this, go to our advisory swing and options trader. As always, email questions to my partner Greg Capper or me. Good trading, and look forward to seeing you in the next trade review video.